of a clubs or a slut?
Sure.
I don't want that.
And there it is. Oh, that is a spicy card. So extra outs to the 3 knot of diamonds, and a deuce knot of diamonds would be good as well.
And Vinnie's hand hold up. A couple folds around the horn to David Farah, who started out as the chip leader at the final table.
Oh, David has looked for any excuse to be aggressive at this final table, and that's mostly worked for him, but 3-betting this 7-6 offsuit out of the small blind for a small size is not going to be a winning play. This is the wrong hand and the wrong sizing and the wrong opponent. Everything's wrong.
Well, we will see. He is raised with 6-7 to 1.1 million. And now Brandon Hall coming back over the top. Doesn't believe Farah.
Wow, I didn't even realize how much this was the wrong opponent. Brandon, not tolerating this, knows how David is playing, fires in the 4-bet with King-9 suited and takes it down.
Now Brandon Hall, poker pro out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. He's 30 years old. His 3rd WPT cash. His dad taught him how to play poker when he was a kid. That's family values for you.
My dad taught me how to play poker too, so I appreciate that.
Me too.
Yeah.
My father taught me at age 2. Put the cards in the crib.
Age 2?
And David Farah is going to squeeze a King-7. Dave Farah is a poker pro, a former furniture store owner. He's from Fairfield, New Jersey. He's 48 years old, and he will make this call. Here is the flop. It's a 10-6-4. Neither player hitting.
Not a terrible flop for David, though. He has the king-high heart. He's got 3 to a straight, but the turn is a pretty bad card for him. However, a decent one for him to represent. It's much more likely that David has a 6 here than Vinnie.
David is going to bet this. Wow.
And you see there that Vinnie,
Auto call.
with a quick call holding just ace high.
5 on the river.
Well, not a terrible card for David to bluff here. He doesn't believe his king high is good. Seems to believe he needs to bet in order to win.
Well, he's going to make a nice bet. Close to 1.5 million with nothing. And Vinnie with just an ace-jack. This would
Very tough and optimistic call from Vinnie.
Oh,
Whoa.
boy. He's doing it.
Wow.
Just a beautiful call with ace high. And these guys are starting to read David Farah.
David's going to need to be careful that the wheels don't come off here. That's back-to-back hands where he's put in money that he didn't have to as a bluff and got kind of schooled by his opponents. So we'll see if he keeps it together.
90% of the players are going to fold with that ace-jack. It's just a brilliant call. So you... Listen, I like this guy's creativity, and I like his guts. And this time, he's got king-queen. It's not going the right way for him now, but...
Yeah, I actually don't mind anything about the way he played that last hand. We'll just see whether losing affects him emotionally.
This time he's got a pretty decent king-queen, and he has raised it to 475. And let's see if he gets action with it. Daniel Buzgon, poker pro out of Malton, New Jersey. And this is his 3rd time on the World Poker Tour final table. He's a tough professional player. He's going to make this call.
Dan always plays very tough and disciplined poker. And he gets an interesting flop here. 8-7-5, 2 spades and a club. So overcards and a flush draw for David, top pair and a gut shot for Dan.
Yeah, Daniel's going to check it, hitting top pair. And David with the 4 flush, continuation bet of 675. And Daniel's not going anywhere. He's going to make this call with the top pair. Okay, the pot is getting big. Going to the turn. It's a queen that's going to hit David Farah with queens.
That is a dangerous card for Dan because it adds a bunch of draws to the board that he will expect David to double barrel with, especially someone as aggressive as David. And so with this much hand, second pair and a gut shot, I don't see how Daniel gets away.
No, David, beautiful card on the turn, bets 1.2 million. Daniel's an ATM machine at this point, making this call.
He'll need to improve to win this hand, otherwise he's going to get wrecked.
Let's see the river card. It's a 6. Daniel hits a straight.
Great card. Against a passive player, you could consider leading out. Against David Farah, I think Dan will check, and that's a nice check there. And a good check back from David, too.
Yeah.
4. Wow. Good hand.
Good hand by David there, and a good hand by Dan.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT23 and get a free entry into a $100,000 guaranteed tournament.
And it's on Vinnie Lima. Things are going right for this guy tonight. He's got ace-10, and he'll make it 5.25 to go. Daniel going out. David Farah has a lot of bluff in him. A lot of heart in his poker game. Sometimes it backfires, sometimes it doesn't.
And what is he doing? This is Jack Deuce suited. You're not in one of the blinds. There's just no reason at all to get involved with this hand, to play
On a
this
rush.
hand.
Doyle Brunson said when things are going good, play anything because things sometimes turn out better.
Yeah.
Whoa, ace, ace, queen.
Wow.
2 players hitting 3 of a kind.
Check.
A little
Check.
surprised by Vinny's check there.
David with the 4 flush. So
Surprised by everyone's check, really.
now Jack hits. That gives Dave Farah Jacks with his 4 flush, and the other guys trips. This is a pretty amazing hand here.
Well, Brandon gonna bet here. He has to be at least a little concerned about his opponents having, queens or jacks or a king 10 or, in Vinny's case, an ace. As it turns out he does have, but for the most part, he needs to be betting his hand here, and he does. And he gets 2 calls, so that will set off some alarm bells.
What's going to be the river card? It's a king of spades here.
What a life.
So a flush for Farah. The other guys don't fill up.
Vinny makes a straight, so he probably thinks his hand is good, and he blocks all the full houses. Ugh, what did I just watch?
Maybe he thinks he wouldn't have gotten called. He plays it more conservative.
Don't get me wrong, paired board, there's aces out there, but I just don't see Vinny checking a full house on that river. You gotta bet it.
He does the unexpected. That's Dave Farah. He takes down that pot. We're coming back. Stay with us. Yep, the former furniture store owner can play quite a game of poker, as you can see tonight. And he's been playing poker for 25 years. He sold the furniture store to spend more time with the family and also to play a little more poker.
I like that Dave plays to win, too, and he came in with that intention. Talked about how important and meaningful it would be to him if he won a WPT title, so yeah, he's playing more splashy and aggressive than his opponents, but he doesn't really care about laddering up. He's trying to win.
I'm gonna say 5.
Look at this. Dave Farah is going to call this with 5-3, so Dave going to slop around. Hope to get lucky. And the flop is at ace-king 4. So aces for Brandon Hall, the raiser.
And David here with the gut shot to the deuce should continue. I think you mostly want to call here. Some people like to mix in a check raise, but it's hard to represent the strongest hands when you're just calling out of the big blind on ace-king 4.
7 of diamonds on the turn, so Brandon now with the 4 flush and aces.
It's an interesting turn card. Not only does it improve Brandon, of course, but David picks up additional outs to the 6. So we know a deuce or 6 of diamonds would spell disaster for him. But he doesn't know that and believes he has a clean 8 outs going to the river. He'll make that call of the 750,000 chip bet. And we see an ace on the river, and that should end the hand for David. Looks like he's going to try and bluff here, which isn't a very credible line, but I will say if you're going to turn one hand into a bluff here, 5 high with no diamond is about as good as it gets. Every now and then your opponent's going to have a diamond draw or a Broadway straight draw that missed and will be forced to fold this river, but the problem is nobody actually bets this river when they have it as a lead. So if you do this against a thinking player, they are going to destroy you by just bluff raising.
Well, Brandon taking more time with his trips. And now he's going to put in a raise to 3.5.
No need for Brandon to bluff here with trip aces, making a very nice, thin value raise up against an opponent he knows likes to put too many chips in the pot.
Very interesting. David backfiring there. Finally gets out of the way. He'll give that up. Brandon Hall with a big one there. Love his style. He's making it 5.50 to go. And Joseph right behind him with a queen jack.
Joseph has been very patient on his short stack, maybe thinking about moving in over David, but lets it go instead.
Brandon as well goes out, and now Vinnie Lima with a nothing queen 3 won't play into Daniel. 10-6 of hearts. It's in the big blind. And he's going to protect it with a call. So here they go again, 5-3 versus 10-6. Who will get lucky? Wow, queen 8-7, 2 hearts, so good flop there for Daniel.
Yeah, flush draw
And
plus a gut shot. David with just nothing, 5 high. I'm not sure he should even continuation bet very much here on this texture, but he is not much of the checking type.
We'll make a bet of 675.
Dan will make the call there. I think they are a little too deep to check raise and just go for it, but it wouldn't have been crazy if he went that route. And a 7 of diamonds on the turn is actually a decent card for Dan to lead. He's going to have a lot more 7s in his range than David does, and so it's quite plausible that he would lead out with 1 on this draw-heavy board. So I like the line that Dan is taking here, and David just has a 5 high, no pair, no draw, no nothing. And that should shrink up pretty quick here. And yet he is reaching for chips, and
boy.
oh my god, he has made it 2.3 million. Well, what a spot for Dan, and what a suicide raise from David. I mean, this could work, but oh man, if you make a habit of putting in money with 5 high, no draw on the turn.
Look at this, it is going to work, and he's going to show the...
Wow.
He's taking the salt shaker out and putting it into the wound as he shows the bluff.
5-3. 5-3. Nothing. Nothing.
What in the... Oh boy.
Wow. Pretty incredible. This Dave Farah is fearless at this table tonight.
Especially since he would lead his 7s there. It's not like he's only leading with his draws. He would lead his 7s, so a lot of the time, David just blows up into Dan's trips there, but this time, he gets away with it.
Phil Hellmuth is turning over in his ego. Oh, and now look at this. Joseph has ace-10.
Down to his last 9 blinds.
And he has shoved it.
And Brandon might call this, you know, 9 blind shoves out of the small blind are going to be really, really loose. You're getting a decent price. I think this is about the worst hand he might call.
Yeah, he's going to call it.
I like it.
There's a chance to knock out Joseph de Rosa Rojas from Venezuela.
Good luck.
The obligatory good luck, that means nothing. 5 cards to come. 7 deuce deuce, so actually Joseph in front with his ace-10.
Pretty good flop for Joseph. Still just trying to avoid those 6 outs.
4. So there you go, he's looking good.
Great shape going to the river. 1 more card to dodge.
Brandon, the chip leader, would love to hit lucky here, but it's not going to be. King on the river. Joseph going to double up. He's been very patient.
Patience pays off. We'll see if he can open his game up now that he's got some chips to work with.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT23 and get a free entry into a $100,000 guaranteed tournament.
I typically lean all in. 10-9 of spades kind of likes to see 5 cards, but this raise works too. So 700,000 from Joseph over to Dan in the big blind, and he's got a jack 8.
And he will defend it. Get to look at a flop with jack 8 up against 9-10 of spades. Here we go at the flop. It's a 6-5 deuce. Helps neither player.
Yeah, and Joseph here making a nice check. It's tough to represent these really low boards as the pre-flop raiser on a short stack. And fortunate to turn a 9, because that is a board that Daniel may try and represent as it hits his big blind defend range quite well. And Joseph's hand is pretty well disguised, since he would bet most of his overpairs to the board on the flop, and for the most part his pre-flop raising range contains Broadway cards and not many 9s.
Well, he's bet 750 and has been called, of course. And 3 of diamonds on the river.
And I like this bluff from Daniel. He can have all the strong hands. He can have a 4 for a straight. He can have the 7-8. He's got a blocker to 7-8. He can't win with jack high. Oh.
Whoa, $2.5 million bet by Daniel, been called. And that's gonna switch these guys around in chips just like that.
Tough hand for Dan there. And for the most part, the flop goes check, check. The turn is a brick, and Dan's bet will work. Or maybe the turn is an overcard and Dan check folds, but on that particular run out, he's gonna lose some money bluffing. And a nice hand by Joseph.
Now Daniel's on the short stack. Joseph on the rebound, but on this hand, Vinnie Lima with a king 10 of clubs has made it 775 to go. It's around 2 Joseph. He's got king 10 as well. And he's going to lay that down. Brandon on the big blind has a jack 7 of diamonds. It's piqued his interest. He's going to call it. We're going to see a flop. Flop is a king 5-4, 2 diamonds.
Interesting flop. Top pair for Vinnie. A flush draw and a backdoor straight draw for Brandon.
So Vinnie kind of swing away, 775. Brandon here with a 4 flush.
Brandon has mostly played his draws passively,
Wow.
but I like that he's chosen this one to check raise. Because Vinnie's going to continuation bet this flop really frequently, with a lot of hands that miss.
Vinnie's going to buy a little more time.
And a lot of players just don't adjust to check raises very well. Vinnie, with top pair, will make this call.
Yeah, good call. A
And
queen on the turn, no diamond there for Brandon.
I like this check from Brandon too. After getting called in the flop, Vinnie's likely to be strong or have backdoor hearts with Broadway, and that queen of hearts would improve him.
Look at this, 6 of diamonds. Brandon hitting his flush on the river.
That's the card you wanted. Now it's a question of how much do you bet?
Well, he's going to put in 3.4 million, and Vinnie Lima, who's done everything right so far tonight, coming in from the short stack, making great decisions, makes the wrong one here.
Yeah.
Can't blame him, but he's paid him off.
I
That's gonna sting.
understand Vinnie's reluctance to commit his stack on the turn, but I think it might just be the best play on such a draw-heavy board when you want to deny your opponent the chance to realize his equity when he's got draws. So a small misstep from Vinnie, but overall I think he's playing really well, and hopefully that didn't knock his confidence.
And we move on. Now Brandon with an ace deuce of clubs. He's got about 23 million in chips.
All in.
And he's just going to say all into you.
Yeah, that's a good shove. Both the blinds are pretty short.
All in.
But Vinnie's got a quality hand, ace jack of diamonds. He's made this call, and he's in front.
at this hand. Essentially playing itself. Brandon with the good shove on the button.
Good luck, man. The jack or the deuce?
The deuce.
Turn, river, window.
You can do like deuce and diamonds. How's that?
With 3 other diamonds?
No, maybe one other.
Vinnie and his crowd of enthusiastic supporters really want to see some diamonds or a jack.
Yes, they do. They'd love to double up. Here's the flop. It's a king, queen, 4.
Not a terrible flop for Brandon. Backdoor clubs, backdoor wheel draw, the deuces.
5 of clubs, short sweat.
Sure.
I don't want that.
And there it is. Oh, that is a spicy card. So extra outs to the 3 not of diamonds, and a deuce not of diamonds would be good as well.
And Vinny's hand hold up.
Let's go to a river.
Yes, it does. 9 of diamonds. Vinny hits the flush. Yes, indeed. That's going to even up everything. Everyone's got chips. It's getting expensive. And look at this. Daniel Buzgon with a little pair of 5s.
Yeah, and with the blinds increasing, he only has 13 blinds here, so he might just go for it all.
All in.
There you go. Daniel, the only player at this final table who has made another final table. This is his 3rd. And does he just want to take it right now? Let's see if anybody can stick around with him. Joseph can't. And now it's on to Brandon. And he's got an ace-8 here. He might. Brandon is the chip leader with close to 18 million. He can afford to make this call.
It's a very borderline hand. I wouldn't blame him either way he went. And he'll call.
Yes, he is.
So we will play a coin flip for Dan Buzgon's tournament life. He's fortunate that one of the 8s was folded by Joseph, so he's in slightly better shape than usual there.
Good luck, Buzz.
And it's an ace-jack-jack.
It's gonna be tough to win this. Jack, Jack. Jack.
Jack will be a fun one.
Exactly.
Oh, 5 on the turn for Daniel. Takes the lead in this hand. Brandon now drawing to an ace or a jack to knock out Dan. Otherwise, he's doubling up and right back in the thick of things.
4.
Let's see if anything crazy happens here.
You bury Dan. 4.
No, it's a 6 of clubs.
Daniel with a big double up here, going to be above 11 million now. Puts a nice dent in Brandon Hall's stack.
This game is so stupid.